right, Nick. When Justin Herbert entered the NFL from Oregon, it was clear very early on that he was going to be the type of transcendent talent that took the league by storm. His teammates knew it, his coaches knew it, and I think everyone else in the NFL is starting to learn. What do you have on this?
Yeah, so Aaron Johannes over at the Oregonian had a great report comparing Justin Herbert to none other than Aaron Rodgers. And it's not just that reporter, it's interviewing an NFL teammate of Herbert and Rodgers. I've got the report right here. According to Johannes, only a select few centers in the NFL can speak to what it's like playing for Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Los Angeles Chargers center Corey Linsley is one of them. Before signing with the Chargers last season, Linsley spent the first 7 years of his career with the Packers snapping for the future Hall of Fame quarterback. In an interview with SiriusXM NFL Radio, Linsley told the station he saw similarities between Rodgers and his current quarterback, Justin Herbert. Quoting Linsley here, Aaron has the same thing, that fire perfectionist type attitude, Lindsey said. When Aaron was on and he can't be stopped, you weren't on, he was going to let you know because he has that perfectionist competitive fire inside of him, and that's what Justin has. Linsley continued by saying that the former Oregon Ducks star had the same desire to be the best in every aspect of the game, from the field to the weight room. Quoting Lindsey again, he said, he just has that inside of him where he's just like, I want to be the best. I want to be the best that I can be. I want my team to be the best, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. All right, Maya. So obviously this is high praise, high comparisons coming from Linsley, who would know, right? He snapped Aaron Rodgers and now has played with Herbert. What do you think of this comp?
Well, Linsley isn't the only one that can compare Herbert and Rodgers. We can too, and I am. Okay? Per PFF, they graded extremely similarly last season as well. I mean, they have a very similar play style. They like to air it out. Overall grades, Herbert had a 90.1, which was a hair better than Rodgers, who had an 89.6, but both very close. They're both third and fourth, respectively, in touchdowns last year. Herbert having 38, Rodgers having 37. So they have a lot of similarity in their game, and most notably, ever since October of last year, they have the same hair. Aaron's grown out that long hair that Herbert has been known for, and I think it's the power. It's the Samson-ness. The power's in the hair. Don't you think?
That's a great report. Great inside baseball there from you. That's a good comparison there. Look, I think what Herbert has, the comparisons to Rodgers make a lot of sense, because what Rodgers was, right? Because Rodgers isn't a super fast, super big, super strong guy. He's not a Ben Roethlisberger in terms of size, or he doesn't have the mobility of a Russell Wilson, although he can move a little bit. Rodgers' sheer arm talent is what separates him. His the ability to make ridiculous throws all the time. All right, I'm a Cowboys fan. The famous throw in the playoff game where Rodgers is rolling to his left, throws across his body, 30-yard frozen rope. Down the sideline, put the Packers in field goal range to beat Dallas.
Ridiculous.
Earlier this season in 2021, when Herbert played Dallas week 2 and actually lost to Dallas, Herbert made one throw, similar kind of deal. It was 3rd and 18. He's under pressure. Micah Parsons has kind of flushed him out of the pocket. He launches it 45 yards downfield over Trayvon Diggs, all-pro Trayvon Diggs, in front of the safety in the only spot down the sideline for an absolutely huge play. That kind of ability, the ability to make those kind of throws, there's nothing an NFL defense can do. Dallas did everything right. Micah Parsons had pressure, Trayvon Diggs in perfect position. Instead, you give up a 40-yard completion. That's what Herbert did. Rodgers, 30-yard completion. Back to that story. I just think that there are only a couple guys that can do that, and I think that's why Lindsey sees a lot of that in Herbert.
Yeah, it's so interesting that there are guys who come into the league and they're so similar. You know, Herbert seems like coming out of college, I watch him play and I thought in my head, oh, he does have that Rodgers type like mentality. I think my comparison of Rodgers is Rodgers who learned from Favre. You know, he can sling it. Favre was way more reckless. Rodgers is more of a perfectionist. When I think of Rodgers throwing the ball, he's extremely precise. Like you said, he can pinpoint it in those holes that all times you hear announcers go, oh, only Aaron Rodgers could make a throw like this. He's been noted as, obviously, Brady is the GOAT, but a lot of people compare Aaron Rodgers as one of the most technical best quarterbacks in the NFL, the most arm talent, the most accuracy, able to make all of the throws. And I think Herbert is well on his way to being in that category with Rodgers, making all the throws, being pinpoint accurate, really being able to do anything that he wants and only a guy like him can do with the football.
Yeah, and then when the Chargers saw it all last season, obviously the big throw, I think the throw of the year was that bomb he threw against the Giants late in the year, right? That was on everyone's highlight reel. It's just because those kind of throws break NFL defenses because there's always holes in NFL defense, but the defense says, hey, look, if we get a little pressure on the quarterback, there's not a human being alive that can throw it 55 yards down the field accurately. No one can make that kind of throw. Herbert can't. And that just eviscerates defensive game plans and strategies. And you look at guys that are considered the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. You have Herbert going up against like Pat Mahomes. Herbert outdueled Pat Mahomes in Kansas City, and I would argue outdueled him when they played later in the year in Los Angeles. The Chargers just lost, I think, more on bad defense than anything else. Herbert is going toe-to-toe against elite NFL quarterbacks, and in my mind, outplaying them. I think I am blown away, and I don't know why he doesn't get as much press as he does. It seems like Mahomes and Josh Allen seem to get a lot more of the attention. Maybe it's some kind of East Coast, West Coast bias thing. Maybe that's a factor into it. But I'm telling you right now, I am absolutely stunned. And I remember texting you when Dallas played the Chargers last season. I'm like, this Herbert guy's unreal. Like people should be talking about this guy with the talent he has. And Charger fans, you've got to be excited because this guy is beyond special.